videos, and sleepless nights. In his first year of college, he built a tiny productivity app to help students organize assignments. It didn't go viral, but it worked. That's when he met Arian. Charismatic, confident, the kind of guy who could charm venture capitalists and baristas alike. Arian saw Karen's prototype and said, "We could make something real out of this." They shook hands in a food court over 2 shared samosas, and so Taskly was born. For 3 years, they lived like ghosts, coding all night, sleeping on beanbags, skipping meals. Karen handled product and tech. Arian did branding and fundraising. Investors liked the idea, but they loved Arian's pitch. Their user base grew. A small seed round came in. Arian set up the cap table. "We'll do 51 to 49 for now," he told Karen, "just to keep control during investor talks. We'll fix it later." Karen nodded. He trusted him. After all, they'd built this from scratch. As the team expanded, so did the company's image. Arian was everywhere: magazines, interviews, startup panels. Karen? Always behind the scenes. Always coding. Always tired. But he didn't care. Taskly worked. And people loved it. That was all that mattered. Then came the Series A. Big VC firm. Big money. Bigger pressure. Suddenly, Arian started excluding Karen from meetings. "Just founder stuff," he'd say vaguely. Karen shrugged it off, until one day, HR told him to hand over his laptop. "We're restructuring," they said. "Your role has become redundant." Karen was stunned. "What role?" "I built the code, the product, the platform." The reply hit like a slap. "Yes, but you're not on the official founding documents anymore. Arian is." In the final paperwork, quietly revised during funding, Karen's name was gone. No legal stake, no salary, no equity, just an old hoodie with the Taskly logo and an inbox full of access-denied notifications. He didn't cry. He didn't scream. He walked out quietly because he wasn't done. For a month, Karen disappeared. No social media, no texts, just silence and a small apartment filled with sketches, screens, and whiteboards. He didn't want revenge. He wanted to rebuild. This time, he wouldn't be a co-founder. He'd be the founder. He launched Structive, a modular productivity platform built on decentralization, real-time team tracking, and AI insights. What Taskly lacked, Structive had. What he once built alone in silence, he now built in full control. It caught fire in Europe, bootstrapped at first, then self-funded by early loyal clients who loved his transparency. 3 years later, Structive was the #1 startup in the workplace tools segment across 3 continents. At a Berlin tech event, someone asked him, "What do you think of Taskly's latest acquisition offer?" Karen smiled. "I built them once. I won't rebuild them again." Today, Taskly still exists. It's on billboards. It's in boardrooms. The app is sleek, the team is lean, and the metrics look strong on paper. Investors are happy. The company turns a profit. The brand looks polished. But something's missing. It's soulless. Cold. Just another logo in a sea of startups. Behind the numbers, Taskly has become what Karen always feared: a company with no heart, no origin story, no struggle, no soul in the code. And then there's Structive. It's not just a company. It's a movement, headquartered in a quiet part of Pune, with offices in Amsterdam, Bangalore, and Toronto. Structive powers collaboration for thousands of small teams around the world. But that's not what makes it special. What makes Structive different is Karen. He knows every line of code that runs beneath the system. He still shows up at onboarding sessions for interns. He still personally writes emails to first-time users. His company culture is legendary. Every employee, whether engineer or janitor, knows his story. Not because he shouts it from rooftops, but because he never hides the scars. Every intern at Structive gets a custom t-shirt on day 1. On the back it says, "Name or no name, you matter here." That isn't just a line. It's a promise. Because Karen knows what it feels like to be erased. To see your life's work handed to strangers. To refresh LinkedIn and find your name gone from your own creation. Years after the betrayal, A journalist asked him during a tech conference in Singapore, "Do you still carry bitterness for being erased from Taskly?" Karen looked at the floor. He took a breath, and then calmly he said, "Erased on paper, yes, but they can't erase what I built, or who I became after it." There was silence in the room. A few nodded, others whispered, but Karen didn't flinch, because the truth is, he didn't just build a product. He built proof. Proof that people who are written out of history can write a bigger one. Proof that your name on a cap table isn't your legacy. Your values are. He took betrayal and turned it into belief. He took silence and turned it into structure. He took what they deleted and made something they could never duplicate. And today, long after the media forgot Taskly's founding drama, long after the panels stopped asking about his past, Structive keeps growing. And somewhere in the main hallway of Structive HQ, engraved into the wall in clean, simple letters, it reads, "To everyone who was ever told they didn't belong, you were never the problem. The room was." Karen didn't need his name back. He built something bigger than credit. He built legacy.